Hi fellas, Ben back again with the new 450. Yet to name the bike, so we'll keep it simple. I'll straight away start with the first things first. We need to set the ergonomics. Most importantly, the rider triangle. Sitting and standing. The transition from sitting to standing, it's a bit of a problem on this one. And the way the handlebar comes close to you, I am just not somebody who likes that kind of a stance. It's made for somebody who's really short, maybe 5'2", 5'3". Those fellas will find it comfortable. Or you can push it till 5'5", 5'6". Added to that, the way the handlebar is tilted towards you, even that makes it more lethargic as a posture. There's no active riding here. There's very I mean, it's for passive riding, for just relaxed riding. Two, your wrist bends inwards when you ride in this position. You need to have a straight line with your wrist and your elbow. So them being in a straight line or even in a slightly lower line, it's totally fine. But when your wrist bends inwards, that is when you start twisting the throttle, your wrist goes inwards, and that's not the right thing. Hello, that's not the right thing for ergonomics. So what you can do is you can make these small tweaks over here, adjust the position of the mirrors, adjust the position of the levers, and then maybe loosen these bolts, move the handlebar forward and backward and see. And if that doesn't work, what I'm going to do now is I'm straight going to dip into this. One more thing, the handlebar is pretty close to me, so I don't like that also. I would rather have the handlebar move a little forward and have it kind of sitting on top of the branding on the forks. So I would love it if my handlebar were to cover the branding on the forks. That way you will have so much more of a feedback coming in from the forks. Here you are at an offset, and that's not going to, the way this is as at an offset, and it's not going to help much if you are going to suddenly transition from sitting to standing and you're going to try doing off-road stuff. It'll be any given day better if you were to push this a little forward and have it resting on top of your forks. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pulling the handlebar out and then going to be switching these handlebar mounts the other way, flipping them. That way the handlebar will move easily 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters forward, and that ought to take care of ergonomics for me. Yeah, that's the first mod of the day. Yeah, so that's me working on the triple clamp. The bar clamps, opening them up with an Allen key and twisting the bar forward. So that's the first thing you ought to do. I'm just going to be pushing the whole unit forward. I'll do it in bits, portions, I mean, so that you guys can follow me. So go evenly. Do not end up opening up one. All this is aluminum, so you don't want to strip anything. Yep, so a bit of a technical glitch. For you to access the mounting bolt of this perch, the bolts are over here underneath, and with the tank resting on top pretty close to the edge, you really can't shove in a spanner or anything underneath here to be able to undo that so that you can turn this around. I thought the bolt would be threaded from the top, but it's threaded from the bottom. So that's the head of the bolt over there. And so what I had to do is I had to remove the tank. Like, the tank has been removed, the fuel pump has been disconnected, and I've just pulled the tank backwards, exposing the top of the airbox and all that. So I've just pulled it slightly backwards, and yeah, these are the rubber bushings on which the tank rests. I've just pulled it backwards so that I have enough room over here to go and work on those bolts and turn them around. Okay, so another technical glitch. So for you to be able to undo these bolts over here, you ought to have the forks locked to one side. Only then you'll have enough torque to undo the bolts, otherwise the forks will keep moving. And so you have to put the handlebar back, put the clamps temporary fitment, and only then you can go about loosening them. Once they're loose, the forks can move just a little bit. That's not a problem. So I used a 14 ring spanner to loosen it, and then I've been using a size 14 open end spanner. So once both are loose, then I'll remove these top clamps, lift the handlebar, turn them around, turn the bottom ones around, put the top clamps back, and then tighten everything up, put the tank back in its position. Well, forgot to record how I pulled this out. Pretty easy. Again, self-explanatory. These two kind of pockets go into tabs, and then you just press fit this. It has a screw on top which managed to jump out. There you go. That goes on top in the end. Pretty simple, straightforward thing. Let me just show to you what I mean. Always be careful with these plastic trims. So it goes in like that. You guys can see those tabs over there, 1 and 2. All we need to do is just push it away first, move it away. Align them, one done on this side. Gently align it, done on that side as well. Now to get this to line, that's all there is to it. Is there a tab or something here? I don't see anything over here. This would mean that job done well. That should do it. Yeah, so I'll just put in the screw and then get back to you guys. The tank rests on a clamp like this with 3 screws. The sad part with filming with one hand is it's a terrible pain in the ass. Ask me about it. Yeah. Yep, that goes in to all this. Doesn't like to go in. Anyway, so yeah, the tank sits over here. So you need to first remove this clamp and then the locking tab. Only then the bloody tank comes out. Otherwise it's not going to come out. Yeah, rubber mounted on both the sides, so you got to be a little be careful, Ben, be careful. You don't want to lose anything inside this machine. I don't know the machine yet. I just can't go around looking for nuts and bolts. Definitely not now. Not there yet. Yeah. So all 3 bolts and then the locking bolt from over here to there. Yeah, well, yeah, lastly, so once you have these 3 bolts tightened, this stays put. You have to lift the tank a little bit to pull this, to push this through to the other end, And that should do it. There you go. Yeah, a spanner and a ratchet should see to it that that's done. Well, that's done. The handlebar is set upright now. It's moved a little forward. I would say it's moved exactly about 12 millimeters. Looks like it's moved 12 millimeters to the front. Doesn't really cover the Showa branding, but yeah, does a decent job of helping me ride more comfortably now. I can sit. My ergonomics is my seating position is much better. Standing, I would definitely like a little bit of a handlebar riser kind of a setup, but then the seating position seems fantastic. Yeah, so that's that. Let me just quickly get done with all of this and then get back to you.